Love eye fillet but hate the price tag? I'll show you how to save big by buying a whole fillet and preparing it yourself at home. It's easier than you think and your wallet will thank you for it. It's a bit daunting when you first get it out of the packet because you've got all this sinew along here and you're like, oh, which end do I start? Well, this is the tail end. You can see it looks like a tail, and this is the butt end. The first thing I do is just pull any excess fat off, and I start putting that aside, and sometimes it's quite easy to pull off, and every now and again you might need to give it a little encouragement with a knife. And you want something that's sharp and preferably thin, and even bendy is quite good. A fish filleting knife will work just perfect. But in the perfect world, you'll have a boning knife. So pull all these bits of fat off, just come off easily. Now we've got the sinew, so we can get under here and we can get some of the silver skin off by just pulling it off. And see, it comes off in pieces like that. Get your fingers under it and just pull it back, and you can take it off, and the meat is left intact. The eye fillet I'm dealing with today came from the butcher, and they've taken the chain off. That's the beauty of a butcher. You can ask them to do the dirty work for you. Now, you always want to go from the tail end to the butt end, and that way you're going with the grain of meat. We want to cut this way. So you never want to cut that way. And what we're going to do is now take this silver skin off here, and you can see it runs all the way right up to the butt end. So we're going to slide our knife in here all the way, and now we're going to push down with my left hand, and it's just one movement. And there you go, you can see, and we haven't taken any of the meat. We've left a little bit of that silver skin there, but that's okay. And then I'll put the knife all the way, and I'm not pointing the knife down, I'm not pointing it to the sky, and I'm not straight. I'm just angled up ever so slightly, and another piece of the silver skin is coming off. There we go, and see, we haven't taken a whole bunch of meat off, and now we can just take that piece off and we pop that down, and that's junk. And I missed a little bit there, so I'll just get the pointy end of the knife under there, and again I've gone all the way to the end of the knife closest to the handle. Now it's just one movement, and see, it comes off like that, and we haven't damaged the meat at all. So I'll come in again, pointy knife end goes in all the way, pushing down with this hand, angling slightly up with the knife. Now, I don't saw it at this stage, I don't go like this. What I do is I go all the way in again, and it's just one movement. And take it off there. There we go. Now another piece here. Here we go, all the way in. One movement, all the way in, another movement, and you just keep going until you got it all off. Now it gets a bit trickier once you get in around this piece in here. This piece in here, this is our butt end. Knife under there, all the way in, and just one movement. And if you end up with a little piece like this, sometimes you can just pick it up with your fingers and cut it off. So a bit of fat there, get rid of that. Now roll it round. We've got to take this piece off here. Okay, now there's a little bit of fat in here. And we can just prise it out like that so we can see it. Just come in here and we'll take that out. Just getting the last of that sinew out there, And you can see I'm working from the tail end to the butt end, but I do have to cut towards the tail just to get it off. Now I'm looking at mainly fat here, so it doesn't really matter which way you're going with the knife. For the sinew, you do want to go from the tail end to the butt end. Now we've got just a little bit more sinew on this butt end. Slide the knife in and out it goes. There's just a little bit more there. You can see there's really minimal waste from that whole eye fillet, yet you're paying a way lower price per pound or per kilo for that whole eye fillet, and we're going to get to use the whole thing with just a little bit of wastage. I'm conscious of the fact that this video is getting a little bit long, so I'm speeding things up, but hopefully you get the idea that you're trimming sinew from the tail towards the butt end, and that way you're not going against the grain. And we're getting the sinew off because that will be tough if we cook it. And then the bits of fat have just got to come off as well. Now I'm looking for where the eye fillet narrows because I want to cut the center cut, and I want it to be the same thickness. So you might call this the Chateaubriand, the barrel cut, the center cut. There are all sorts of different names, but I'm probably going to use this for a beef Wellington, so you can check out that video coming up shortly. But just look how beautiful that looks. There's just a little bit of fat on there, that's flavor, but the sinew has gone. There we go, the barrel cut. Now I've got the tail end, and often I might use the tail end to make steak tartare. I might slice it very thinly and then bash it out and serve it as a carpaccio. But I can get another good steak out of that. Look at that. Happy days, right? That'll be for the barbecue. I'm going to cut the remainder of the eye fillet tail and decide what I'm going to do with it later on. Maybe tartare, maybe a stir fry, maybe a stroganoff, who knows. Might even go to the cat, but I doubt it very much. Got the straggly piece on the butt end, otherwise known as the tenderloin head. That's what some people call the butt end, but that's going to be perfect for our stroganoff or our stir fry or our steak tartare. Well, you guys have got the general idea. We're almost done. We've got the perfect center cut for that beef Wellington that'll feed 6 to 8, and you could cut it into some more steaks if you don't want to do a beef Wellington. You've got the tail end for stir fries, tartare or sneaky stroganoff, 4 good sized barbecue steaks. Hey, why pay extra for someone else to do this when you can save money and get exactly what you want? Plus now you can brag that you're a butcher. But speaking of butchers, big shout out to your local butcher. They're the real heroes when it comes to quality meat and expert advice. I'm just a passionate chef helping out, but those folks in the butchers, they're the expert. But hey, give it a go, and thanks for watching.